in the mind of Counter Logic Gaming. Let's see where they go from here and pick some bans. If Pole Belter gets a good amount of focus, or what Keen can bring to the table this time. He has been just throwing out the die and seeing what it rolls to so far for his matchups.
Not Urgot, not Twisted Fate.
Nope.
So far. So
Or
Keen targeted
or Fizz.
all mid lane bans so far this time around.
We have
a lot of focus there, but no Cassiopeia on the table yet, and neither of the melee carries like Fizz or Echo on the table either quite yet. Ryze also is a possibility for the mid lane, although very popular in the top lane.
Rek'Sai.
So, do you give away the Gragas first pick to Gravity and try and grab something like a Ryze or Echo on the backswing, or do they ban out the Gragas and, oh, never mind, Alistar is first on the table. Such a high priority from the support role for this champion, pretty much across the world, actually.
Yeah, and I think we see that Ryze is just going to stay on the ban list. As much as it kind of goes to the last one, it will be banned. Alistar, however, has been proving very good for teams. Initiation field. We saw Adrian using it very well for Impulse last game.
Yeah, I think that is a good move for Gravity. A move has already shown that he can perform on champions outside of the power picks. So even if CLG do decide to take away Gragas, which Smithy has actually not played that much of, won't be too much of an issue for them to work around.
Bard was left up. It's kind of been the cheer going towards Alpha Moon, knowing that he is pretty good at it, but Lustboy's been the play. A first pick, Echo here.
The crowd doesn't know if they're cheering or booing because last minute switch to Echo here. No Bard, Echo, yay! All right,
I love it. So much emotion. It's an emotional ride through Champion Select today with each pick. And man, Sivir going over to the side of Altex, more safe play. Been used quite a bit, if not banned. Rumble for Haunter in the top lane. That one goes through.
Take away the Sivir comp from CLG. Nice move. Rumble locked in. The traditional carry from the top lane here for Haunter.
Callista is still up as well here, so something Doublelift wants to put in his hand.
We've seen this so many times, though. The Callista taken into Sivir and not able to use it early on to actually take over the lane or earn much of an advantage. And then when you transition into the mid game of Sivir boosting up the Gravity team with a Rumble ultimate at the forefront of things.
Good luck, Callista.
It's like a good mid game there from Gravity.
Oh, what could he want? Yeah, Thresh open if you want to play something like Jinx, Bard, Ashe. How about none of the above that were just questioned? And Callista will go all the way through this game. I think one of the first ones not picked or banned. And we are going to get Ashe Bard for CLG.
Holy initiation from the bottom lane there. That is some long-range initiation coming out of the CLG bottom lane. A lot of potential for picks here so far from CLG. And with Smithy moving around pretty quick in the early game on Gragas, excited to see what they are able to do with it.
I'm really excited to see these ultimates. An Ashe Arrow into Tempered Fate, and you're like, how do you close that gap, you journey?
Well, an Ashe Arrow into Tempered Fate sounds like a missed opportunity.
Well, I'm saying if you're too far away, you're spiking a guy down the lane. You got to have enough time to catch him.
That's some hard coordination to pull off. You need to be very accurate to combo some
Well, that's what I'm saying. You got to bring out the super dupers. I'm not just talking about any old play. See Hecarim and Jarvan being hovered over here, and they will be locked in. Looks like they will be right on the front line as well. Move goes back to that. Jarvan's going to lock somebody down in the cooker, along with the horse running right through whenever they want to. So pretty dangerous looking composition.
Yeah. You were wondering what he's going to have.
It's going to be different again.
Now, this is not the most outrageous thing. I've seen mid-rumble before. See how he does against Echo. Definitely does have a strong matchup versus a lot of melees, but Echo is extremely mobile and able to use his Time Winder for very efficient harass as well as wave clear. So very excited to see who gets the early advantage in this mid lane because it's easily tipped by jungler intervention. Not even going to be the mid lane Echo.
I like it. We're getting to see an Echo in every lane as well here in the NALCS. It was brought about for each lane in the EU. Cooney was able to do that in the top lane, come up with a victory as well. It's been hard for Echo players to find that win. Just has not seemed that the coordination is there for the late game pan out in the fight.
So the old switcheroo, Gravity thought they had the mid lane mind games down with Rumble being swapped into mid lane. But CLG get the last laugh because they are red side and pull that swap over to Lulu, who should be able to abuse that range. Rumble should not be able to get into Flame Spitter range for the harass onto Pobelter. We'll see how he's able to control Keen with the Glitter Lance though.
Look at this guy, 5 different champions from week 1 to week 3 here. Keen feels he's not giving anything up if he doesn't play anything again, keeping everybody on their toes, and he's been able to do very well with it. Malphite, TF, and Urgot were his wins, with that Fizz being the loss. So not too much really that other he can do, but keep playing new champions. The teams have locked in their champs now, so who do you think has got the edge in this one? Tweet hashtag GVWin or hashtag CLGWin to @LOL Esports here for our final game of the day. Who do you think has the better composition there? As you see on your screen, we're about to find out who can play it better in game as we're almost on the Rift. Counter Logic Gaming 3-1, Gravity 3-1, and we are going to be on the Rift. CLG chant coming out. I think if you do the GV chant, you could go GRVs.
Well, they're turning it into Gravity.
You could do that as well. You don't even need the tri-code. Gravity definitely has a fan base. CLG as well. Hopefully get no scuffles in the crowd. We'll have enough in game. Passionate fans. Spell Thieves come in for Afromoo. Coin start for Bunny Fufu. Supports. Looks like the 5-man invade coming through, along with Abel being able to clear the ward. And safely on the other side, Gravity does so, but I don't believe, I think that was their only ward. As long as CLG doesn't walk out of Tri-Bush here, they get out nicely. Nope, but they're gonna. So they get seen out the bottom side.
All right, lane swap boards down for both teams. Nothing special here. Except for Zion.
I thought I saw him, but I didn't. I'm interested to see how he uses the top. Like I said, it's been changing back and forth. He actually goes for the ring start on the potion, so even more damage coming from that early Echo. Usually you get enough with the consumables altogether.
Well, let's take a look here, because CLG are trying to call the lane swap, but
right,
they're about to cross into the ward where that territory where that ward will see them. And an instant recall from Gravity as they are alerted to the presence of Ashe. Don't want to have to run Sivir into that. You know, Ashe unaffected by the spell shield if she can just charge up her Q and activate.
Yeah.
Win trades that way. They will be a little bit delayed running to the lane swap though. So this means that Gravity will not be able to freeze it, plus they'll lose out on some minions. And they will be behind in the push wars, because CLG also not freezing it since they weren't there on time. Both teams will be pushing early into the turrets. And we'll see if anyone's able to sneak in the defenses before the dive becomes too much of a threat.
Also see if Move wants to go for anything of an early dragon. Grabbing over Smithy's red. Coming back for blue. Oh, Afromoo on his way in here. There's a meat charged up.
Oh, yeah.
Cosmic binding against the wall there. Very nicely done to harass both Haunter and Move. Let's see how much farther he can follow here. He might just push him right off. Yep.
Yeah. Out to the other side of the jungle. Now, that's a scary thing to do. Afromoo is the guy who stole blue buff with the Thresh auto. So, they were able to get it, though, without Smite.
Team Liquid remembers.
That recall from Zion as well. He just teleported down into the bottom lane. So currently, CLG, 3 lanes of experience income, and they're trying to send Smithy to head off anyone thinking of getting into experience range of the top lane. So CLG right now, with a little bit of an early advantage as far as the experience across the map gained.
Right.
Here come the reinforcements from Gravity, but CLG are already prepared. Do they have enough to zone them off the turret with 3 members? It doesn't look like it. Decent amount of minions already died to the turret though, so Gravity a bit late. Oh, they are going to teleport just to get behind enemy line and make sure they don't lose out on the experience. Missed Cosmic Binding there.
Move could have been in big trouble had he been caught just outside turret aggro range.
Yeah.
And actually, there is a push up here. I was going to say Keen's kind of stuck in the mid lane because he cannot do much against Pobelter, but he makes the scrap shield run up, already overheating, unfortunately. Pretty much used everything to get there. The team may be able to think about it now. Bunny Fufu flash pulverize in, a glitter lance across the entire team. Xmithy's in the fire. Move going in for one last hit. The ignite's on, but the heal is still there for Xmithy with his passive. They're able to pick up first blood onto Move. Gravity went way too deep on this fight. One last hit. The double kill for Afro Move.
Holy, that is going to be control of mid and top as well for CLG. So many times we see these early lane swaps turn into 3 kills for a single team, and the game just snowballing out of control from there. Luckily for Gravity, 2 of the kills went on to Afromu, and only 1 kill went on to a carry, which is a support carry in Pobelter. But man, that is such a huge early swing for CLG with that chase through the jungle. Well, they thought they had him outnumbered for some reason because they were not accounting for Pobelter. His, yes, albeit slower rotation up from the mid lane, but he's going to come eventually. And they overchase. Great job there by CLG capitalizing, taking home the early lead.
Well, we said at the beginning of this game, we questioned if CLG could kind of shake off that TSM game, go back to their natural roaming mode, and yes, they can.
So CLG, they have to be on the run because Keen came up with the early roam, but because Move was chunked out so early in this, he doesn't even want part of this fight. Bunny Fufu decides to flash in for it, gets the knock-up. They don't really commit until it's a little bit too late, and the heal plus immediate chugging of the potion on Smithy and the Gragas passive all combined for enough healing so that Gragas does not go down for the first blood. All of those health regen together, and the slight moment of indecisiveness from Gravity cost them. They had the advantage there with the quick roam, but Move getting chunked out as well as the non-committal. Able to turn this into a huge lead for CLG early on in this game.
Exactly what they needed. Turret about to go down, double lift and Afro Moo. Rush hour coming up big with the rest of the team there in the beginning. Pobelter's late roam there. CLG still able to assess the fight and do very well. 44-36, you see a little bit of an edge. Pobelter gained in CS in that lane, as well as getting his Chalice and an ability tome. Make himself a little bit stronger. Afromu going to continue the roam. Why not keep that pressure up? Like I said just before the replay, kind of will CLG be able to shake off what happened from TSM? It's kind of the downfall after that happened. Right now, it looks like it has not phased them too much, and the phase dive for Zion Spartan just out of range.
Should be able to shove the wave very quickly, though, on Echo.
Time Winder, such a good spell.
Man,
love it.
That discrepancy between Hecarim and Echo is insane because of, not only because of that, triple kill up top, but the entire time Zion had a solo lane. Haunter actually hasn't gotten a solo lane because of all the swaps. So not only is it this giant gold lead that you're seeing, but that's a level 7 Echo to level 4 Hecarim. If CLG aren't able to utilize this to win in the mid game, then they definitely have some issues to work out.
The focus as they head back to lanes as well, going to help Counter Logic Gaming is pan out duos to the bottom lane here. The aggression to Dragon will definitely be CLG's with their lead if they want to prep that fight. Already Alfred making sure there's enough wards around that position. We'll see how this Zion Spartan Haunter matchup goes as they're finally meeting up. Pobelter getting what he wants out of Keen in mid. That's not getting attacked by Keen or getting any pressure from Move. Those guys are really trying to recuperate right now.
Yeah, all of Gravity in emergency mode right now, because CLG, not only do they have the huge lead, but they have an easy vision advantage with a whole bunch of deep wards up on the top side as well as constant hawk shots coming from double lift. So there's pretty much no space for Move to make a surprise play. And Gravity need to make some outplays individually.
There's a flash. You're looking at supports being level 5. This is why CLG is going so hard. You would not have Bunny Fufu's ultimate here to throw the fight off. Smithy's trying to come down to make sure no pressure for Move could have happened to counter engage. So you can see how much double lift and Afro want to keep the pressure going. Zion Spartan just toying with Haunter right now. If he can get him within that shadow, he's got to be very careful. The ultimate almost in range for the Kono break, but I don't feel like he thinks he could have taken the fight.
Haunter just beating up the level 7 Echo here, using minions to his advantage as well.
It's a very in and out. Staying against somebody who could just continuously throw out damage kind of hurts. Zion Spartan figured that out.
Credit where credit is due there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone's worried for
He's still got Chrono Break up as long as he doesn't put that in that spot. Throws out the parallel convergence. He's going to miss Move on that one. It didn't actually tag him. I like Move's choice. Even though the spells were missed, they did not have the upper hand. They don't have the knowledge on the roam. They do have the abilities to get out. However, one of them has to be an ultimate. So you can just see with Smithy's pressure, Gravity can't even take a fight they wanted, and we're setting up.
Especially with Flash, I really thought Smithy was going to go for a big play there. But, you know, no Flash, no ultimate coming out of Gragas, so they just chased them off instead. Move was so low. That was a definite opportunity for CLG. And they're showing to be a little bit, or Smithy at least, to be a little bit risk adverse since they do have such a big lead.
So unfortunate they can't punish any of this. They can only ward it. They even have the Wisp in the jungle as well to know if Move starts to come in. I believe Smithy just grabbed that. Didn't see it chasing him around. So CLG getting everything they want. Pressuring perfectly. Now to Keen in the mid lane. It's going to be the big one. No, he actually holds the ultimate. Very interesting. Oh, he gets the save. Wild growth from Pobelter. Moves in a very bad spot. Going to get some cosmic damage now coming in from Aframu, who does not want to pick up a third kill for himself. Very nicely gives that one over to Pobelter. Aframu would love to be fed, but he wants to get these carries fed even more.
Oh, yes. Gravity just so far behind at this point that even when they get a good opportunity like that,
woo! Yeah, there you go.
All right, they're not done.
Oh, boy. Time Winder's out. There's the Tempered Fate. I think Aframu just sealed his fate, however. Oh! But it's magical. Hey, it's magic.
I actually want to see a replay of the beginning of that fight because I feel like Smithy's barrel went out in the wrong direction towards his own team, but he was saved by Pobelter, I think.
Uh-oh.
All right, here's some
cavalry.
Double lift.
All right, double lift. Oh! Hot damn! Double lift gets away from Bunny Fufu here. That was definitely their call. He is out of mana, but he's still going to get the slow. You don't need it anymore. Altec turns this one around. No on the hunt.
Oh,
and the boomerang splits the uprights. They're not coming up with anything on this. Move is there, but that's just so they can get out safely. He's saying, I got your guard. Let's get out of this one.
Some good comedy plays in this game as well.
All right, see what happened here.
Smithy, well, he didn't go for the play up top. He did go for this one, but man, burning down here. Pobelter's just waiting for it. He did. He threw his ultimate backwards. I know it. Smithy saved by Pobelter, though, in the mid lane.
He tried.
Pobelter's going to get the kill off of it as well. Zion comes in. Doesn't matter about the lead. Zion hasn't been able to do much with this lead on Echo. Maybe like Dominate, he hasn't had time to put in too many games.
Yeah,
on Echo.
Those 10 games.
Ooh, out of sight.
See, there it is. Tempered Fate him. Oh, no, they're not going to have to this time. I was going to say, that's the follow-up. That's what I was looking for, but they have enough distance on the arrow to close, or short enough, I should say. Plays from CLG, 4K ahead now. And they've only dropped one turret, so it's getting pretty bloody. Let's see if they can start grabbing a little bit more. Doesn't look good for Zion Spartan. He does stay in parallel convergence for the shields. Only going to last a little bit, but now he's used phase dive. Uses to get back over the wall. This should be Keen with the ultimate to lock him down, and they won't even need it. Move's going to get his hand in on this one as well. You can only do so much. Providing a distraction works as well. CLG picks up Dragon.
Gravity on the board. They get one kill, but they lose Dragon for it.
Yeah.
And Zion does go down. That is some, comeback experience. Now, Haunter actually up to level 8, so that is very good news for Gravity.
Even levels down, we saw him doing some damage to Zion Spartan, so Hecarim still being Hecarim. See if they can get into these 5v5 fights anytime soon. That's what Gravity's team looks like they've wanted to do from the get-go with this composition, especially with Keybring and Rumble in the mid lane. So much damage. Always liking to play the different things to throw his opponents off. So far, CLG has figured it out. The early game of being able to roam on Gravity's roam, the roam up from Pole Belter and the rest of the team, getting those first 3 kills in the top lane turret.
What is...
And now it seems like they are just watching each other clear wards, taking some Polaroids for the family, making it work. Here is the close in, and just across the wall.
People have learned not to follow Bard through the magical journey and get hit with a double cosmic binding. Aphromu's been displaying the strengths so far.
Yeah.
You just saw the Bard gank. Jungler assisted Bard long gank in the bottom lane.
Woo! Just
a
missed
little
the
bit
flights
wide.
on that one. Close indeed.
I do want to see if Afro and Doublelift have the timing to pull off a Tempered Fate catch into an Ash Arrow catch.
Yeah.
A long range Ash Arrow, because that
Shablam.
would be a replay-worthy combo. Definitely hard to pull off the timing, though, no matter how long you've played with another person.
Hey, they were the guys that pull off the Callista Blitz, so they can do it, I believe. A quick hawk shot about 20 feet in front, even though it's global, why not?
Well, look at all the
Making
deep
it-
wards, though. CLG has so
making
much
it
map control. They've got deep wards everywhere,
Yeah.
so he can use it just to check the brush in his lane, make sure he's safe. Yeah, let's do a little zigzag across gravity territory. That's
Speaking of
all under CLG surveillance.
lift, Bloodthirster first item on his Ash coming into this one.
Saw him do it on stream, actually, and he won the game handily, so
Good prerequisite. Do it
great.
again.
I love it. I don't need crit.
It works as too, and you got all these guys that just want to stick on you, so you can just kite them away and heal up while doing it.
You know, she doesn't have a dash to dash away, so just stand and fight. Since she has so much power when activating her Q, the attack speed and damage that she gets, insane lifesteal just standing there. So Doublelift is going with the stand and fight build. No running.
Down the mid lane goes the hawk shot, and CLG follows just enough to take the turret down with it. Zion Spartan has still been in this top lane, 120 to 97, making sure he can get a little bit of vision with parallel convergence. He doesn't see anything, and he feels good to go. He hasn't actually pushed his ward line up though, but right now he's just trying to be a nuisance for Gravity, and he's doing just that. The rest of the team starts to close in. Aphromu's going to have Bunny Fufu on a bit of a roam. Also, Smithy is just on the back of Aphromu.
He's got a tail.
Zion Spartan could hit that. Oh, every time. I just want to press R for people.
So I talked about
So close.
star echo plays that I'm looking for people to jump
All right.
on. Here's another one. I want to see somebody, while they're kiting like that, be able to pop a W over their shoulder right to where their ultimate is going to line up in 4 seconds and account for the 1 second discrepancy between the parallel convergence and the ultimate.
The chrono convergence.
Yeah, so combine your chrono break with your parallel convergence into a single champion wombo combo.
I don't know.
All right.
It seems
Pole
pretty
Belter CSing on
easy
Lulu.
to say, easy on paper. We'll see if they can get that one to go down. So Doublelift go push mid lane now with the rest of the team. Easy for Pole Belter to stay in the bottom lane and wins the away if he gets into any trouble. Right now, CLG with everything in their favor. And Zion Spartan about to clear a very nice big wave in the top side. So just hold it on tight until they get everything they want. Pretty much waiting for Gravity to take one of these fights and make an error out of it.
Yeah, 6,000 gold lead. All you really have to do is set up that vision so that they can prepare for that next dragon. When they go set up the vision, they should use the buddy system here. Bard definitely excels in kiting people around, so if CLG just have people in the vicinity, Afro should be able to buy time for the team to join the party, especially with the added defenses of a mid-lane Lulu, able to buff anyone up who does get caught by this Sivir.
Yeah, we saw that happen to Smithy just a little bit ago. Able to be saved. So confused, he threw his barrel the wrong way.
I want to go that way.
Maybe he thought he could eject himself out of the fight somehow. Who knows? We do. He didn't. He's just showing us he still knows how to throw those ults. 5-1 now. 19 minutes in here for Counter Logic Gaming, playing it very strong, not allowing anything to pretty much stop them. We talked about Move being an early jungler, trying to put things on the plate for his team, and now that he's kind of been abruptly stopped, it seems like that kind of path of thinking goes away from him. He has trouble coming back in now.
It is hard. Okay, well, let's get cut here. It is really, really hard. All right, I'll wait for another fight to go off. Down on the chase.
He should be good. One more Q. He should be in range. Actually, he flashes for it.
Yeah,
it's that passive lockdown.
Had that slow.
So it's hard for Move.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard for a jungler in general.
Right, yeah.
If you're working with a lane swap deficit of a triple kill and a tower at, what was that, like maybe 6-7 minutes in?
Yeah, real early.
Really, really early. And it is super hard to make calls and make moves as a jungler from that early of a deficit. It's very, very difficult. So.
And he still tried to. He almost got himself back in with an Xmithy kill. That was literally saved at about 80 HP of a wild growth. So the calls he has been making are actually just in favor of CLG because they're in the right spot. Very unfortunate turn of events so far for those early engages. Right in the face of Hanser. Hits him right in the horsetail.
Aframu does the work.
Of course he does. Oh, good pop by Pobelter. Uses help pick, so the Glitter Lance actually goes through. Bunny Fufu coming through strong here. Throws down the flash. Pulverize, double lift and Aframu both go up. Teleport's now coming in. And it looks like Zion Spartan's not going to be able to deliver too much other than the Time Winder. No, he goes for Phase Dive right on the parallel convergence. Xmithy's there as well, figuring out what he wants to do, more or less just being a tank so the rest of the team of Gravity cannot get back in. Keen's going to go down here because keep putting himself in the fight, but they're doing it for Move. They're doing it for Altec. Can they clean up the fight now? Altec not going back in. A few hits could have definitely been played there. Hanser with the TP into the fight now. He got back from 20 seconds of being dead. This is a 25 to 30 second fight now that's still continuing. And Zion Spartan's going to be the only one alive for CLG with Hanser and Altec on the other side.
Yeah, a fight that Gravity end up winning in the end. Yeah, they did lose the turret in the process, but they got 4 kills being down this much. That's a tremendous achievement for Team Gravity. What a ridiculous series of events that was. Double Lift tanked the turret. He must have tanked about 4 or 5 turret shots there. Even with the Bloodthirster first build into Lulu here, that is a lot of shots for it. 1 for the AD carry to take. Okay, so only, oh no, he's still, yeah.
So
that was only
about
3 initially. Then on the second dive, it takes a bunch more. All right, so Keen, not able to get the best Rumble ultimate there, but here's a reinitiation. Teleport start coming in. Temper Fate going to be a whiff. And Zion goes on the warpath.
On to Bunny Fufu with his ult just on, but it wears off.
Yeah, comes out. Here goes Move, comes in with the double jump kill. Gets a double hop. Aframu and Pobelter get cleaned up. Keen gets him low. Move jumps in. 1, 2, and sets the stage for Hanser's arrival.
Ooh. I feel like Altec could have done a good amount of damage there as well in the fight. We're right back into it, Kobe. Hanser has the ult back up. We just saw him do this into the fight. Aframu's gonna get caught. He gets wild growth. That's the journey that's up, but he's not allowed to take it with everybody right there on his tail. More so, he didn't want to take it. Goes down 30 seconds on the clock, and now Gravity have a bit of room to breathe. They don't really have waves to do anything with, though.
Yeah, they're down 7,000 plus gold still.
Yeah.
But they're making picks. 5-man roam, get somebody out. 1 more kill for Gravity. They're still making moves.
Fight, fight, fight. As long as they can get in range. They got that Sivir ultimate, so it shouldn't be that hard each time they want to. CLG still with 4 turrets. Once Gravity can start breaking that outer ring, they can safely get some more wards up. You can see only 1 was placed, and that's only because they were fighting in CLG's jungle. Still don't feel safe enough to start moving their line itself forward. To the top lane, Zion Spartan looking pretty juicy to the team, but it looks like they're actually pinging themselves off here. They do not want that.
Also, with the way that Ashe's passive was reworked, I actually like the Phantom Dancer early instead of rushing into Infinity Edge, because it smooths out the curve for her. And since Phantom Dancer was buffed with 5 crit being taken from Infinity Edge and just added straight to Phantom Dancer. For Ashe only, this is a viable build path.
She has seen a bit of play. Kind of fell to the wayside. Sneaky and a few other AD carriers playing her in week 1. And we saw back to a lot of the Kalista priority. Still works here in the composition CLG wants to bring to the table. Afromu finally getting that Bard play, and it seems like Ashe is what they want to synergize with. Banner of Command finished up for Afromu here, so he start promoting minions in the side lanes. We'll keep an eye on where that goes if he starts to use it. And that'll give CLG a few more options here, so they don't have to just face a 5v5 fight against Gravity, because that composition is still pretty damn scary.
All right, looks like we may have a collapse here. Silver ultimate popped.
Answer.
Double lift in the bottom lane. Won't be able to add much if they catch somebody, but nobody does get caught.
Just a whole lot of my muscles are bigger than yours right now. Onslaught of Shadows through 3 members of Counter Logic Gaming. This is where Double Lift needs to be here. Fires the arrow, cross map, Tempered Fate locks up 3, and it opens up onto Bunny. He's got Unbreakable Will already. Zion Spartan tries to dive in, could use the ult. He goes back and he pops down Ultec. But once you're in the fight, you're pretty much going to get burned up unless the rest of the team is there, and that means Double Lift comes in from the side. Another challenger approaches, and it's enough to get a double kill and take down Keen. A 3-for-2 overall in favor of CLG.
Classic split pushing AD carry. Double Lift waits, trusts the team, says, oh, you guys probably not going to get caught, right? I'll just fire an arrow at first. You'll be able to handle things. He doesn't start walking up until the dive from Gravity.
Yeah, huge dive.
So many abilities for CLG to stall there, though. With Tempered Fate landing on everybody except the AD carry, that was actually a really, really good Tempered Fate. Placed Altec in the middle, so he was able to take that arrow from Double Lift. And then Zion able to use that ultimate back in, finish him off at the cost of his own life. Not done with the Zonias, so he doesn't have that extra few seconds to rely on.
Well, that's good. Second turret grabbed. I was going to say Gravity getting a little excited there off of turret number 1 and figuring they could get some more. Nice job getting out in time.
I have to say, it was a good job by Gravity.
Yeah,
and
for
they
sure.
were able to gain some money back, punish CLG for their split, but some very good micro plays there.
Uh-oh. Setting up camp. There's a lot of wards around them right now. I wonder if this could backfire really hard. Parallel conversions. They're not looking. They're looking for the fight on their wards. There's the arrow. Once again, it hits Bunny Fufu, so not too much work on locking down what they need. Zion Spartan throws down the chrono break, and he's back to the outside with Wild Growth on. Now the teams have been split once more. Nice Cosmic Binding. Keeping moving the rest of the team in place. Ultec on the backside, very low HP, and they start trading a few kills back and forth. Keen and Move both down. Afromu trying to follow now into Ultec. May not be able to get it. The speed trying to give himself the boost, and they still lock it down. A triple kill now for Double Lift. The last fight was 2 kills for him. Now he's 6-1-10, and CLG's on to Baron with the ace.
All right, that should be the Baron here for CLG, and some inner turrets going down for them as they will be able to siege up after that. Whew. Yeah, the dangers of setting up one of those plays when you are not fully confident of your control of the vision. Very, very dangerous, especially as behind as Gravity are. You can see the power if Echo's able to set up, get his parallel convergence down there, unbeknownst to the enemy team. Now, the second one, he wasn't, so this one was great. He got the stun, he got the shield. The second one he sets up, he's not able to get into, but they chase Altec out. Again, not everyone there was there from CLG. So at this point, you know, Gravity sort of turned it around. They fend CLG off for a split second, and it looked like they might get away, but Double Lift wasn't there for the very beginning of that. So by the time he gets there, they're able to clean it up. Zion wasn't quite able to get to the dome of that second parallel convergence, so he did go down. But all in all, CLG clean that one up. With the Baron, they should be able to push in on those inner turrets.
Strong play. 3 dragons to CLG, 1 Baron as well. You can see the average first. They actually get just a minute beforehand than usual. So game's pretty much going at the same clip they usually play at here. Lost a few more turrets than usual if we want to go by some of their games. And now they start to push down mid lane. The minions a little bit harder here for Gravity to clear, with Alltech being the real main one that's going to be able to get on that. So hopefully he can stay on the front line. Get those baroned up minions cleared out here. Still can't get close enough for CLG to get on the turrets.
Oh, yeah.
One good thing for Gravity, they got to be careful.
That banner of commands, baroned up cannon minion that Aframoose made.
You know what I really liked about a Thresh play on this is Thresh can hook that banner in and then bring it into turret range without really hurting himself. Really, really cool play you can do with Thresh. But no Thresh in this game. Your turret goes down.
All right, so Zion split push on bottom has prepped another wave of minions as well. See if they're able to just rotate down to bottom side and make the same happen.
Yeah, it's not going to be too hard.
Oh.
There's one push. Double lift actually right in the front. Goes down to about 10% HP, but he's back now on the back line. Able to charge up with that bloodthirst that he built up first. The rest of the team getting thrown around. Now they take down move. He tries to go too far in. Bunny Fufu throws himself in once more for Alltech to try and get more blue buff boomerangs off. It's not going to happen. They are methodically and surgically removing Gravity from the map one by one as they do the same with their turrets. Alltech is just forced to watch.
All right, gonna press in on the Nexus here. Minions not quite ready, but they do have plenty of time.
Pretty good wave here,
Man,
Kobe.
we see the survivability of a Bloodthirster first Ashe when paired with mid Lulu.
Got about 5 seconds left. A few home guards around the base. Alltech on the fountain gets taken down by Zion. Spartan. Chrono breaks back to the Nexus turrets. A well-fought game by Counter Logic Gaming. They do not seem to be down and out from their team solo mid loss last week, and they are able to pick up the win over the 3-1 Gravity.
Woo! Got that game off to a explosive start.
Yeah.
The move up top side.
Very explosive.
Some shenanigans from Gravity, able to
Did you say shenanigans?
come back in a couple of plays, though.
Counter Logic Gaming going through the pick ban phase. That first pick Echo, thrown in the Gragas after that, and then saying, nope, by the way, that's our top. So you can play a Rumble against a Lulu in the mid lane. Keen trying to bring out that Rumble. He expected an Echo, and he did not get the matchup he wanted. Very well played throughout by Counter Logic Gaming, especially just after the first turret take. We were waiting to see if they still had the kind of hoorah to keep going, do their own plays, and they have not gone to the wayside in their roaming ability. You see, did I do the most damage? I think I did the most damage. Did I do the most damage? Did he? Let's actually find out, because we can tell. Most damage this game was done by Doublelift, 22,000. The next behind him was 16,228. That was the Sivir of Alltech. So the 80 carries definitely having their heyday in this game. Doublelift, we saw the triples, the doubles coming up. Aframu able to pick up 3 of his own in the early game, which goes to show you that CLG's back to their roaming ways, making sure Aframu can get all around the map and assist a lot of the lanes.
Yeah, and I actually think that is the most efficient build for Ashe, just because of how her passive now works with Phantom Dash. You don't have to invest so heavily in Infinity Edge like all the other 80 carries do. Plenty of survivability as well. You're able to take it home.
So 4-1, 3-2 for Gravity. The 4-1 for CLG now with Dig at the top of the list.
CLG and Dig tied up.
Team solo mid today. Amazing matchups, and really, if you were to pit these two against now with Helios, you don't really know what's going to happen. Dignitas has been able to hold themselves in really, really tough times this split. I think Counter Logic Gaming could have some trouble playing against them as well. Looking at when that would actually go down. Next time it will is week 9, so these guys got a lot of time to think about that game. CLG, however, coming up with a very nice win here. Everybody around the board played well. Pole Belter in the mid lane on Lulu didn't have an amazing game, but the team relies on him to always be there when they need it. He had the wild growths he needed to provide. It wasn't damage